Of all the body language analysis of Meghan, from the NLP cues that she uses to control Harry to her strange inconsistencies from one interview to another, no topic is more interesting and, should I say, terrifying than Meghan's mask slips. And I genuinely thought that by this point I had seen every single mask slip from every single video, but boy, I was wrong. Because thanks to one eagle-eyed body language buddy, I got this pitch by email, a documentary about Queen Elizabeth II called Queen of the World. And it so happens that Meghan was heavily featured in this documentary, and you might be asking, why? Well, since the documentary covers the influence of Queen Elizabeth both in the Commonwealth and in the whole world, the producers thought that it was important to include Meghan's wedding dress, which had all 53 countries of the Commonwealth embroidered in the veil. The amount of time to complete such a mammoth task? 500 hours. So how exactly does Meghan feel about this feat of fashion? Well, in this documentary, she was being interviewed about her wedding dress after her wedding to Harry. I mean, the public one, not the intimate one. So she had already achieved the goal. But what is fascinating is being able to spot all the facial clues that reveal her true feelings about that wedding dress and, by extension, to all this nonsense of royal life and royal duties. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And this is the video in question that I have edited so we can spot just the parts that will be relevant in terms of body language. Here comes Meghan entering, going in, and I'm going to say right off the bat, that smile is not a genuine smile. It is, not much emotion in there, not much interested in being that smiley. See there? Her eyes have no emotion whatsoever. She's coming to talk about her wedding dress. She already was married to Harry, so I don't know, maybe she was bored at the time. We're gonna see this kind of signals, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Remember that we need many body language clues to reach a conclusion, and this time is not gonna be different. So she keeps walking and gives a hand, does a curtsy, everything is fine. Let me go a bit further. Okay, we have this. I wanted to show you that it is possible sometimes that to see the expression of people. You're gonna try to focus on Meghan's face right now. I'm gonna go bit by bit, and you're gonna see that her eyebrows raise. Okay, she raised her eyebrows. You're seeing, right? Even if she is facing away from us, we can spot that. Well, I can spot that. But it's nice to see that, well, at least she was glad, or at least she showed herself glad of seeing her wedding dress at that moment. But if we move on, we notice that those expressions, lack a bit of intensity. It's something in her eyes. We have seen Meghan's genuine smile. I've seen her smile genuinely countless times, and well, this is not one of these times. She, right from the start, she was not that engaged, and this is something that I wanted to show you. You might have been watching since the beginning. What kind of a smile is this? I don't know. I've seen Meghan smile like this a couple times, but I didn't realize that sometimes it's like part of her baseline, her usual body language. She smiles, but she presses her upper teeth on her lower lip. Try to smile that way. Try to smile like that, and it's not a comfortable way to smile. And in fact, it couldn't be a genuine smile because you need so many muscles of your face trying to do that on purpose. And usually, a smile is magical. A genuine smile is magical because you don't need much effort to smile broadly in a genuine way when you truly feel joyful or happy. Which is not what is going on in here. But well, let's keep going. Let me go a bit forward. I will not be playing the video for copyright purposes, but okay, this will be more than enough for us. Notice here that she is trying to display that joy, but is she using This time she is forcing all the muscles of her face. It's an unnatural expression, and yes, it looks a bit forced. That's the problem when you try to come out as friendly when you don't have that intention. In this moment, she was much more relaxed. I've seen that expression before. She seemed like she was genuine at that moment. Like, well, she was attentive, she was smiling, it was a nice smile. A bit defensive in her posture, but I will give her a pass in this time. Just this time. But this is what happens when you keep on playing this on slow motion. Right the second after that, immediately after that, you see that she goes for a fake smile. Notice that smile. That is, she's forcing her mouth again, and her eyes expression. Oh my God. Yeah, it's in the eyes. The eyes, Chico, they never lie. You know that movie quote, right? Her eyes were just a bit off. I'm not gonna say the word that comes to my mind, but I would like to know what do you think about this in the comments. So moving forward from this one, the next moment there is a nice body language moment to spot. All this all along. Okay, this had no body language. I included this section not because it had body language, but it's because she was mentioning this. Harry's role as youth ambassador for the Commonwealth. Notice that she mentions this right now. Okay, that is important. That will be relevant later on. It was so, sorry about this. It was so important for us. Oh my God, I'm getting in the way here. To have the spirit of inclusivity in our wedding. Okay, girl. That's fine. That's fine by me. But let's see what happens next. And what happens next is the actual mask sleeve. When you see that she's trying to come out as, as nice. But something triggers this. We're going to see the mask sleeve first. And then you're going to see what triggered the mask sleeve. It's easy to spot. See, she's here. Nice, sweet. She forces a bit in here. Wait for it. Oh, not natural. Not natural. And then she will tenses her face this way. Okay? It's like, well, no, not anymore. Nice. And then she looks away from the woman she was talking to. She does this a lot on that engagement interview with Harry. When Harry says something about, teamwork and she becoming one of the team, you remember that she looks down, tenses her jaw, and then looks away from Harry. She didn't like that. This is like an echo of that gesture of looking away, and she's nice, and all of a sudden she tenses her jaw and looks away. Now, what triggered this? You might be wondering what triggered this. Well, they were talking about all the flowers that comprise the veil of the wedding dress. All these 53 flowers that represent each one of them represent one country of the Commonwealth. And there was a couple of flowers in there. One of them was a California poppy that Meghan got in there because, well, for reasons. And the problem is that Meghan mentions the California poppy, and the woman that she's talking to really doesn't acknowledge it that much, like doesn't give it much importance. She keeps talking about the composition of all the flowers and doesn't really say, oh yeah, it was great. It was the single greatest move by any bride in the history of the world to include a California poppy in her wedding dress. And since this woman did not react this way, then we might reach the conclusion that was upset Meghan. Here, it's a very touching gesture to have them with you. Oh, and then here it comes. But there is a California poppy in there, which has nothing to do with the Commonwealth. You see that Meghan is even leaning her head to her, like telling a secret, trying to find a confidant in the other woman, trying to find some empathy, trying to, hey, what I did this. I did what I wanted, what Meghan wants. If Meghan wants the puppy, Meghan gets the puppy. But there's a California puppy in there which has nothing to do with the Commonwealth. And you see how delighted is herself about that. Has something to do with you though, yes. And so that it is, it's ours. And then the woman, instead of praising her for including the California puppy, begins to say, and the composition feels very natural, which I think is important. And then you see that Meghan flips the switch, 3 blinks, blah, 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 blinks 3 times, and say, what? That is all that you're gonna say about my awesome California puppy? Seriously? No. You did not understand. Of course, you are a commoner. Of course, you couldn't possibly understand it. Oh, commoner. Well, we should be moving on, and here you can see that she still has that tense jaw, and she is like speaking a bit through her teeth. Just a bit. I could give her a pass right now because I don't know if it might be the angle of the camera, the angle of Meghan's face in regards to the camera, but it surely looks like she's talking through her teeth. So she is getting restless at that point. And look at this. The next camera angle, the next camera shot is this one. She's got her face, well, not nice at all. It's a neutral face. Yeah, I think she was bored already at that moment. Let me play this. And has this defensive gesture like, oh, well, I don't want to be here anymore. Can I go? Can I just go? I'm bored. I want to go. Howie, save me. Save me. They're making me do this. I don't want to. And moving on to the next body language. More fake smile. Yeah, that smile that you're seeing here is the same that we saw. I don't know why I didn't. Oh yeah, I did mark it. Why is she smiling like this? It's so creepy. That's not Meghan's genuine smile. That is a bit odd. My God, and there's something else around here. Let me see. Okay, this was the other moment that, Meghan was really trying to come out nice. I will give her I don't know 1 star for trying, at least trying. But I don't know. I'm sure that her fans are gonna say that she was being playful. What was left here? What Meghan did not do was doing that naive gesture that she's now using all the time. But I don't know why she didn't use her acting chops to really look glad of it talking about the dress. But well, we have only one. I think it was okay. This is the moment that I found most interesting. Even more interesting than the mask slip itself is this one. I think the other members of the family, of the royal family, had a similar reaction to her dress, of course. How amazing. And just appreciation for the fact that, okay, she's gonna say, we understand how important this is for us and the role that we play. Okay, and notice this, that as soon as she says that, I'm gonna play it and look at her eyes. What is gonna happen with her blinking rate? Yeah, she does 3 things. Has that rapid blinking with the role that they play. You know that she also had this reaction. I already mentioned that on that engagement interview with Harry. Every time they were talking about teamwork, about the role, about being a good addition to the royal family. No, she didn't want that. And here, talking about the role that they play, instantly, a rapid blinking. I'm gonna play it from the start so you can see it. Here it is. And then, all right. I cannot play the sound. I don't want to get triggered in terms of copyright, but you saw it. She had a regular blinking rate, and all of a sudden she began to blink heavily, and this is a signal. This is a clear emotional reaction in every person. When you see them blinking rapidly, at one point there's an emotional reaction, there's something that is going inside them, and the thing is knowing what is it, what happened at that moment. Did anyone arrive? Were they talking about one certain topic? There was a question that made them feel uncomfortable, and then she closes her eyes for a long blink, very long blink, and then she presses her lips and her jaw. It's like, the work that we're gonna continue to do within the Commonwealth countries. Which work? Which work? I mean, what? And then she regained composure and she kept doing this. The narrator is looking ahead to her very first Commonwealth tour, and the last part that I wanted to show you was this. Is this one? Oh yeah, you remember that she mentioned Harry as ambassador of youth of the Commonwealth, yada yada yada, and she says it again. This is another instance, a different instance from the one that you already saw. You know, it's such an exciting time for us, especially with Harry's role. Which role is it? As youth ambassador for the Commonwealth again, and the travel that we intend to do work specifically in all those different territories. So it's you know that this kind of footage, these clips, are always edited. You have more footage than you need, and you edit that. Who knows if she mentioned that Howie was ambassador just again? I mean, was she nervous or something? Saying, yeah, our work. And the final nail in the coffin is, well, she had to say this at the very end, which is it was so important to have some sort of example of that present with us on the day. And 53 countries as well, my goodness. And what about that? It will keep us busy. Oh yes, and you see, here Meghan was really acting. It will keep us busy. No, she already knew that she had already planned this from the start. She and Howie already knew that, well, this was not going to materialize. How many days did she work for as a royal? 72 days, right? 72 days is the time frame. It will keep us busy. No, that was too much for them because nobody asked her if she was okay. Why Meghan's mask slips are so useful? Because they help us spot those subtle changes in people's facial expressions and how they react to whatever is happening around them. And that is important not only to be aware of our own facial expressions, but other people, when they are talking, when they are interacting with us, we notice that there's something off, because in this case, we have the opportunity to be reviewing this in slow motion, frame by frame. This is your practice. This is the way to hone those skills, because in real life, you will not have a camera. You will not have your body language guy with you. You will not have slow motion to aid you. You have to pick those signals on the fly. And the only way to develop those skills is practicing with this, well, funny videos, entertaining videos, but also videos made to help you acquire these skills. My body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. Much love and bliss.